Hey family, I'm Yogi Farron and welcome back. We're on day 29, oh my goodness, of our 30-day yoga journey. Congratulations, you made it this far and that is certainly something to be celebrated. Thank you for continuing to invite me into your home and your space. It's been a pleasure to share this journey with you. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment, letting me know just how your flow is going at home. Today's flow is dedicated to being open, opening your mind, body, and spirit to continuing this self-care practice in your own way, in your own home, after this journey is done. So join me in your comfortable seat right in the center of your mat and let's get into our flow. Close your eyes once you found your comfortable seat. Place your hands on top of your knees. Take a deep inhale and bring your shoulders up by your ears. Exhale as you release them down towards your mat. On your next round of breath, bring those hands to rest right in the center of your chest, right over our heart chakra, and let's set our intention for today's flow. What do you want to bring to your mat today? Take a few rounds of breath as you focus in on your why. On your next exhale, slowly bat your eyes open. Welcome. And release your hands out by your sides, allowing only your fingertips to graze your mat. On an inhale, you bring your hands up above your crown, hands meet in prayer. Exhale as they slice down and make their way back to your mat. Deep inhale, arms sweep up above your crown. Exhale as you release them down to your mat. Last round, deepest inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth as your hands make their way back to your mat. Bring both of your hands over to the right side of your body. Gently uncross your legs. Make your way to tabletop position. On an inhale, you shift forward. And then you slightly rotate your body in a clockwise direction. Exhaling and inhaling as you make a circular direction with your body. We're moving clockwise. Follow your breath here. Perhaps you spend more time in one area than the other. Lean into that. Feel out what feels good. And once you've made 3 complete rotations, send the rotations in the opposite direction, going counterclockwise. Sending your bum back towards your feet and up towards your hands and back around. Making those body circles. Once you've made 3 full rotations on both sides, find your neutral position. On an inhale, you stick your butt up, send your crown up to the sky for cow pose. Inhale, as you reverse the motion, send your gaze to your belly button for cat pose. Inhale, cow pose. Spread those fingertips wide. Exhale. Cat pose, sending that gaze to our belly button. Last deep inhale. The tops of our feet are firmly placed on our mat. Our fingertips are spread wide. Exhale as we release, sending our gaze to our belly button and rounding our spine. Find your neutral position. And on your next inhale, gently step that right leg directly behind you. Your gaze is down to the ground. Fingertips are spread nice and wide on your mat. Your next round of breath, send that left foot back to meet your right for plank pose. Taking 1 round of breath here, engaging your core, making sure that butt isn't making its way to the ceiling. We have a straight line all the way from our crown down to our feet. Your next exhale, allow your knees to come to the mat, untuck your toes, and send your elbows to the back of the room as you melt into your mat. Your next inhale, you slowly lift your crown, making your way through cobra. Exhale and release back down to your mat. Your next round of breath, you slowly move through tabletop position. Before you tuck your toes, allow your knees to hover and send those heels down toward your mat. Take a moment to pedal out your downward facing dog, leaning into what feels good here, taking your time and following your breath. Perhaps you need to pedal out more on one side than the other because that's where your body is. That is okay. Once you're done pedaling, find a place of stillness and send both of those heels down towards your mat. Step one foot in front of the other as you make your way up to meet your hands at the top of your mat. Taking your time here. There's no rush. Once your feet and hands have met, allow that slight micro bend in your knees. Grab opposite elbow with each hand and take a gentle sway from left to right or right to left, whichever direction you go first, for our loving ragdoll. You should feel this in the back of your legs and in that lower back as well. You exhale and release your hands down to your mat. On your next inhale, you slowly paint up your legs and your crown forward, elbows tucked in, flat back. Exhale, send your hands back down the way that they came. Your next round of breath. Slowly stack your spine as you make your way up to standing position. You sweep your hands out and then meet up above your crown in prayer before you exhale and allow them to make their way down by your side. Mountain pose. Wiggle your fingers, take a deep inhale, bring your shoulders up by your ears. Exhale as you allow them to melt down to your mat. Your next inhale, sweep your hands up above your crown, hands meet in prayer. You exhale as you make your way down to your mat. Take an inhale as you paint up your legs, your crown goes forward, flat back. Exhale as you paint your hands back down your legs and plant your hands outside of your feet. Next, gently step that right foot back directly behind you. Take a round of breath. Sending your gaze down to the ground, your back heel is currently lifted. Fingertips are spread nice and wide on your mat, and check that knee's alignment with your ankle. One more round of breath here. Your next round of breath, bring that right knee down to your mat, untuck your toes. And next we're gonna bring both of our biceps to frame our head. On an inhale, we lift up. Send our gaze forward, and we exhale, release our shoulders down towards your mat. Take one more round of breath here. Perhaps you wiggle those fingertips. Then you exhale as you rain your fingertips down to frame that front left foot. On your next inhale, you tuck that back right toe, lift that right knee from the mat, and send that left foot back to meet your right. If you feel comfortable in plank, you exhale, shift forward, and send your elbows to the back of the room as you melt into your mat. If not, you've come down to your knees first. Your next inhale, you peel the front torso up off your mat for cobra. You exhale and release back into your mat. Your next round of breath, you slowly move through tabletop position. Following your breath here. Tuck your toes, allow your knees to hover, and send your butt up to the sky for downward facing dog. Take a moment to pedal out your downward dog, lifting one heel at a time. Find a place of stillness, and then step one foot in front of the other as you make your way up to meet your feet, your hands at the top of the mat. Once the four have met, take a moment to grab opposite elbow, allow that slight micro bend,
And take your gentle sway, gentle and controlled sway from side to side. Follow your breath here. With each exhale, your chest comes closer and closer to the tops of your legs. Perhaps you're gazing at your knees. Exhale, release those hands down to the mat. On your next inhale, paint up your legs. Send your crown forward, elbows tucked in, flat back. Exhale, release your hands back down the way they came. Your next inhale, slowly stack your spine, making your way back up to mountain pose. Follow your breath here as your hands sweep out and meet up above your crown in prayer. You exhale as they make their way down to your sides for mountain. Wiggle those fingertips. Take a deep inhale, bring your shoulders up by your ears. Exhale and allow them to melt down towards your mat. On your next inhale, you sweep your arms up above your crowns, hands meet in prayer. Exhale, you bend your knees and slice down towards your mat. You inhale as you paint up your legs, crown goes forward, flat back. Exhale as you paint back down your legs. Plant those hands outside of your feet and next gently step that left foot directly behind you. Your left heel is slightly lifted off your mat. Take a moment to check in with your right knee, right ankle, and spread your fingertips wide. One more round of breath here. And on your next exhale, allow that back left knee to come to your mat. Untuck that toe. And next, we frame our head with our biceps as we make our way up. Fingertips are extended towards the sky. We exhale and release our shoulders down to our mat. Allow your chest to open up, sending it in the direction of your front right leg. One more round of breath here. Perhaps you bend a little bit more into that front knee. Exhale as you paint your fingers down, rain them down to frame that front right leg. And on your next round of breath, you tuck your back left foot, lift that knee off of your mat, and next we send our right leg back to meet our left. Shift forward, exhale as you melt into your mat. Untuck your toes, take a deep inhale. You gently peel off your mat for cobra. Exhale as you release back down to your mat. Your next round of breath, slowly peel your body, making your way through tabletop. You tuck your toes, allow your knees to hover, and send those heels down towards your mat. Spread your fingertips wide, and let's take a still downward facing dog. One more round of breath here. And on your next inhale, set those feet one in front of the other to make your way up to meet your hands at the front of your mat. Take your time. Once your feet and hands have met, grab opposite elbow, allow that slight micro bend, and take your gentle sway from left to right. Release your hands down to your mat. And on an inhale, you paint up your legs, send your crown forward, flat back. Exhale as you paint back down your legs, releasing your hands to your mat. Your next inhale, you slowly stack your spine, making your way up to standing position. Following your breath here, taking your time. Your hands sweep out and meet up above your crown in prayer. You exhale as they make their way back down to your side for mountain. Wiggle your fingertips. Take a deep inhale. Bring your shoulders up by your ears. You exhale as you release them down to your mat. Now feel free to stand in the front of your mat if you like. I'm gonna step in the center so you can see what I'm doing. Root both of your feet in the mat. They can be hip width distance apart, or they can be right next to each other.
I encourage you to lean into what feels best for your body. So press into all four corners of your feet. And on your next inhale, I want you to root down on that left foot. You root it down. Exhale and release those fingers and palms forward. On your next inhale, you're going to gently lift that right leg off of your mat and grab it with both hands. Send your gaze forward. Shoulders melt down to your mat and give yourself a big smile. One more deep inhale in through your nose here. Exhale and root down in that left leg, that left foot. One more deep inhale here. And you exhale, release that right foot down to meet your left. Take a deep inhale, sweep your arms up above your crown. Exhale as you allow them to slice down and make their way back to your sides. Your next inhale, I want you to root down in that right leg. Exhale and send your shoulders down to your mat. Your next round of breath, you gently lift that left leg off of the mat, sending your gaze forward and grab it with both of your hands. Great balance. Send your gaze forward. Follow your breath here. You're in a safe space, a safe place. Open your chest forward in the direction of your gaze. Exhale and release those shoulders down to your mat. One more deep inhale in through your nose here, completely filling your body with breath. Exhale as you release that left leg down to meet your right. You take a deep inhale and sweep your arms up above your crown. Your gaze follows. You exhale as you allow them to make their way back to your sides. I want you to root down in that left leg. And on the next inhale, you're going to slowly guide that right leg up to make your way to tree. Perhaps you use your hand to help guide that right foot to your inner left thigh. Your hands can remain in prayer right over your heart chakra. If it's more comfortable, feel free to place your foot at your lower left calf or ankle. Your body, your mat, your practice. Acknowledge where you are today. So bring your hands right in the center of your chest, right over your heart chakra. Send your gaze forward. You exhale and allow those shoulders to melt down to your mat. One more round of breath here as you remain rooted in that standing left leg. And on the next exhale, you release your hands and feet back down. Take one deep inhale, send your hands up above your crown. You exhale as you allow them to melt down toward your sides. And on your next inhale, you gently lift that left leg off of your mat, guiding that left foot to your comfortable tree, either on your inner right thigh, inner right ankle, or inner right calf. Your next inhale, you bring those hands right in front of your heart chakra, right in the center of your chest, and your gaze is forward. Find a point on the wall or whatever you're looking at that's directly in front of you that you can focus on as you root down in that right foot. You're in a safe space, and if you fall out of this, it's okay. Just get back into it. It's back into your comfortable tree. Take one more inhale here. And on your next exhale, you release your hands and leg back down to your mat. You take a deep inhale, sweep your hands up above your crown. You exhale as they make their way back down to your sides. Join me back in the front of your mat if you're not already there. And on your next inhale, you sweep your hands out in front of you, making your way to chair. So we're sitting back in our chair. Our biceps are framing our head.
And then we exhale as we rain those fingertips down to your mat. On an inhale, you slowly paint up your legs, send your crown forward, flat back. Exhale as you paint back down your legs. Plant your hands outside of your feet, and next step your right foot back and your left for plank. Take one round of breath here, sending your gaze down towards the ground. You exhale and release your knees, untuck your toes, and send your elbows to the back of the room as you melt into your mat. On the next inhale, you make your way through cobra, slight back bend. Exhale and release back down to your mat. On your next round of breath, you slowly peel your body, making your way through tabletop. But this time we bring our toes together, allow our knees to separate, and send our bum back to meet our feet for extended child's pose, or your comfortable child's pose. Remember, your hands can be fully extended over your crown, or you can allow those elbows to come down to your mat. Lean into what feels best for your body in this time, and take a few rounds of breath. Sending love and oxygen to those inner thighs, that lower back. And exhaling and releasing your chest into your mat or into the tops of your thighs. One more round of breath here. And on your next round of breath, you slowly peel that forehead up off of your mat. You place one hand in front of the other or behind each other, making your way back to your body. Gently bring those knees together. Bring both of your hands over to the left side and swing your legs out directly in front of you. You scooch your bum to the center of your mat and you gently guide your back down to your mat. Extend both of your legs out in front of you. Allow your palms to face the sky. And take a round of breath as you check in with your shoulders, your back, and your legs. They all should be becoming more flush with your mat. On your next inhale, you gently bend that right leg, sitting up to your chest and grabbing it with both legs. Flex both of your feet, send your gaze up to the sky. And on your next exhale, you release it back out to meet your left foot. On your next inhale, slowly bend that left leg, bringing it up to your chest, grabbing it with both hands. Your gaze is up to the sky, both of your feet are flexed. Give yourself a big smile. Exhale and release it down to your mat. On your next inhale, both of your knees come up to your chest and you give it a big hug. Fully extending your neck and sending your gaze up to the sky. You take a gentle sway from left to right, giving a little love on that lower back. Or you found a place of stillness. Following your breath here. On your next exhale, you release both of your hands, both of your feet down to your mat, and extend both of your legs out in front of you. Bring your heels together, allow those toes to flap open. Close your eyes. Your palms should be facing the sky. Shoulders should be flush with your mat. You're quieting all of the noise outside of this space. Take a deep inhale. In through your nose, completely filling your body with breath and love. You exhale and release all that doesn't serve you at this moment. Remaining open and constantly learning, that is what this practice is about. Learning to follow your breath as you move through different asanas. Sometimes you'll spend more time in one asana.
Sometimes you'll spend less. But lean into what feels best for your body. You know your body best. You can feel it. Sometimes you can hear it. Take another deep inhale through your nose here. And as you exhale, you feel your body releasing further into your mat. If your mind has begun to wander in this moment, in this space, here's your gentle reminder to return back to the present, to the now, to right now. On your next round of breath, you gently wiggle those toes. Wiggle your fingertips. You slowly open your eyes. Give yourself a big smile. And next, you bring that left arm over to the right side of your body, making your way to your fetal position, curling up like a little ball over on the right side. And when you're ready, only when you're ready, you use both of your hands to help make your way up to your comfortable seat right in the center of your mat. Taking your time to make it there. And once you found your comfortable seat, place your hands on your knees, close your eyes. Pretend like that little line or little string is pulling your crown up to the sky. Bring both of your hands right in the center of your chest. And I would like to bring your attention back to your intention for today's flow. Your why for showing up. You did a phenomenal job today, family. Way to go. And I cannot wait to see you tomorrow on day 30. Namaste.